to the latest episode of the Dys Dyvas podcast, where two friends with dysautonomia decided to ditch their salt and vinegar chips for a support group that's the perfect blend of sass and self-care. Join us for some serious belly laughs and a healthy dose of sarcasm as we navigate the ups and downs of chronic illness together. This episode, Distractions. How can you distract yourself so that you can get over having a dysautonomia episode? And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Dys Dyvas.
Hello,
Hello.
hello.
Happy Friday.
Yes, TGIF! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation! Lordy. I do think our topic for today is quite appropriate because actually we do a lot of distractions. But yes, we want to talk about what we do when we're having an attack to distract ourselves until our attack has subsided and we're back to our quote unquote normal.
Mhm.
So, what do you do, Miss Stacy, when you have a drama llama and you're trying to calm down?
A lot of meditation. And thank God I learned how to meditate and regulate my own nervous system in normal situations, but I'm finding it so beneficial now when I'm in a crisis or when I have a drama llama. I'll do some deep breathing techniques. I do have to admit though, sometimes I get where I forget. Like the brain fog hits and I completely forget. So thank God my hubby knows what to do and he can say, remember, do this. Like I gotta put sticky notes all over to remind myself, of what to do. But music, I love listening to music. Um, what else? Sometimes I do some self Reiki, meditation, something funny, just something to get me out of that state where I feel like, holy shit, I'm about to go to the ER. What can I do to calm it down? And I would say I'm getting better at it. Like 9 times out of 10, I can usually calm myself down. But it's getting to the point, and I think I told you this last week, that I'm now getting the drama llamas when I'm just painting or doing happy shit.
That's
What
so
about
crazy.
you?
Yeah, it can happen. I guess that's one of my biggest pet peeves. We'll have to talk about our pet peeves with chronic illness in another episode.
Yes.
Um, but you can literally be doing nothing. I have
Yes.
sneezed myself into tachycardia. Sneeze. It makes no sense. You could be sleeping and you wake up and your heart feel like you're running a marathon, or just sitting in the car, or you just walk into the grocery store, or you go in, you go to visit or have dinner, walk in a restaurant or something, and everything just goes bleh, and you're like, oh crap, not now.
Yeah.
Um, so I will usually take my medication protocol, which for me, again, everyone is different. So we suggest that you talk to your own practitioner about what's right for you for your treatments. But in my particular instance, I have my protocol, which I think I've mentioned before, which for me is the hyoscyamine, lorazepam, and if needed, clonidine. That's the cocktail for me. Um, if it's bad enough, I will take all three. If it's something that I just, you get an inkling, you feel it coming on, and you're like, oh, not
Yeah.
today, not happening. I don't have time for this today. I grabbed the hyoscyamine first because the side effect of the hyoscyamine, even though it was originally prescribed for stomach issues, is it calms the vagus nerve. Win
Yeah.
win.
Huge.
If I hit one of those, and then recently I found out I could take two at once, that was a blessing. Um, and within 15 to 30 minutes tops, it can make it disappear if I catch it soon enough. Like a magic pill. That is when that works, life is great. Sometimes it needs this little friend lorazepam chaser, and then like say worst case, then the clonidine. And when it's all three, usually I have to go lay down or sit down and chill out
Are
and
you
get this.
drooling? I was going to say, are you drooling? Because you've got to be knocked out with all that.
It takes about it hits me like 5 hours later, and then I'm exhausted.
Okay.
That's exactly like 5 hours later. I don't understand why. So if I have things to do, I have to make sure I'm back before I hit the 5 hour mark. Because then I just go, boom, done. Um, but yeah, I do. If I feel like coming on, I'll try to get comfortable if I'm at home. Put my feet up, get comfortable, ice pack behind my neck. um, Reiki, energy, meditation. Big on meditation. I'm also big on tapping. I have a
On
tapping
what?
app on my phone, so I
Oh, tapping.
tapping, emotional freedom technique. That is very beneficial as well. And if any, you don't necessarily have to have an app. You can go onto YouTube and just type in emotional freedom technique and tapping, and like 5 million things are going to come up for like 5 million different topics. Um,
Right.
all free, very, very beneficial. And as a matter of fact, I believe the tapping summit starts on Monday for anybody who likes that. By the time this episode airs, it'll be over, but very beneficial. Um, and then
What
just
about
trying to.
acupuncture?
I did do acupuncture for my shoulders because I get that coat hanger thing in my neck,
Yeah.
and I get that pain. It comes up behind my eye, and ugh. um, and it helps. It really loosened me up, and I felt great that day. Then the next day, everything was like again, and I was like, "Ugh,
Right.
crap."
Right.
So acupuncture, massages help too. But you get to be careful with the massage because when I was getting physical therapy for my neck, if they massage too much near your vagus nerve, then they trigger your vagus nerve.
Right.
Sorry, the cat just jumped up behind my computer. So yeah, you don't want to do that because that actually physical therapy triggered 2 drama llamas for me because they were trying to massage my neck and get the kinks out of it and the tension, and thankfully the physical therapy was connected to the ER for that facility, so I just had to
Oh,
go
good.
next door. But it was very annoying, and I was like, and they're like, okay, we just can't do the massage on your neck,
Right.
which was
Right.
helping, but
I
yeah,
saw a chiropractor all last year, and actually, it was the first time because the first time I saw a chiropractor after a severe car accident in 2015, he traumatized me. He scared me. I was so afraid of seeing a chiropractor ever again. But luckily, Dr. Chris performed wonders. I mean, he did so much work on my vagus nerve. He did so much work on all of my nerves. But now that I haven't seen him in a while, I definitely feel I feel a difference. I am gonna start maybe looking into acupuncture again because again, that's no different than tapping. It's just more it's invasive, but
excuse me, but it doesn't hit all the same spots. So you're hitting all your meridians when you're tapping with your hands. When they're doing
right,
acupuncture, they're amazing. They without even just like talking to you. You don't have to say 2 words to a good acupuncturist. They just
right.
feel your body and they go here and here, and then whenever they touch, you're like, oh, and then
Yeah.
it's magical.
Yeah. I like the tapping. I don't know if it really helps so much as it benefits you. Um,
If
I
it's
really
distracting,
enjoyed what we did the other day, the somatic
somatic
experience that we
breathing,
both participated in. It's just moving and dancing and stuff like that and just getting that energy out of your body. But I don't know, I kind of enjoyed that a little bit more. I was like really into that. And I'm like looking at more YouTube videos on somatic exercises for trauma, vagus nerve healing. I mean, I think people really need to know you don't have to wait for your doctor. This is shit you can
yeah.
do on your own. You can look at healing modalities that are free you
Mhm.
know,
Yes.
I mean, this stuff is free on YouTube, and there's a lot of books out
Yes.
there, you know, about
Yep.
self-healing.
You can do yoga. There's free yoga on YouTube.
I'm so
You
not a
can do
yoga
chair
person.
yoga. I mean, but some people it helps them relax. Um,
Yeah,
you can do, I mean, meditation like we both do. It's the somatic breathing, and as far as the somatic breathing is concerned, if that doesn't work for you, find something that works for you. It's very important at the end of each day that we find a way to discharge our energy from the day. So for
yeah,
you, if that's taking a jog, walking your dog, doing a dance in your house, or just taking a drive, whatever it takes for you to discharge from the day. Because if we don't discharge from the day, we keep storing it, storing it, storing it, and that's when problems happen.
yeah.
So that is something that we all need to take to heart, even if it's I took in one of my seminars, there was a psychiatrist who would do tribal dancing,
That's
literally
like
tribal
chakra
dancing. She
dancing.
would play
That's literally like chakra
she would
dancing. I
play
love it.
yeah, she would play the tribal music, and then she would be just dancing, shaking. She's like doing whatever
Yep.
feels natural to her, and then letting it out with deep breaths, grunts, whatever your body
Right.
needs to do to just discharge the energy.
Singing and humming also does
Uh-huh.
wonders for your vagus nerve too. Oh
Yes,
yeah,
humming.
shake it out. You could listen to the Cars or Taylor Swift and just get all that energy out, even if you're in bed.
Right.
You
Definitely. Yeah,
know.
she's got some good songs for that.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Mhm. I
Um,
don't know. I feel
so
like maybe the doctors really don't promote this stuff. I found very
mhm,
few that are willing to look at other holistic modalities. But if you
mhm.
blend the two, Eastern Western medicine, it's a beautiful, it's a beautiful
It's
mix
a
of both,
symbiotic
really.
relationship, yes. It
Mhm.
definitely it's if you get the
Mhm.
right Western,
If what?
yes. If you get the right Western medicine, yeah.
I'm still working on that.
Yeah, me too. That's
I
that's another thing, it is a process, so
mm. You have to
but
be
don't get
patient. I
discouraged with
think,
the process.
oh God, that's almost impossible though, because I mean, I don't know how many doctors I went to because I've been really, really sick, like disabled sick for probably about 6 years now. But I pushed through, I muddled through, I worked until my body couldn't take it anymore. But it's really hard to find practitioners that are willing to work with you. But the best part, there's so many free resources. If you know what to look for, you can Google anything. And when it comes to healing and self healing, kind of like what we're talking about, like these modalities, there's so
Mhm.
much out there, and it's free,
Yeah, it's very
especially newbies. Like the newbie dysautonomia, the
mhm,
Potsy peeps, the masties, all the
yeah,
newbies that are like clueless,
yes, I
do
mean, when you get
your
that
research.
diagnosis, you're so confused, they just dump this bomb in your lap, and you're like, "What? What is this? What?" It's
What
very
is the average
overwhelming.
length of time for diagnosis? I read something the other day, 30 years for a mast cell diagnosis. 30. I'm
I
like, oh
could agree
my
with you.
God.
That, and I think it's up to 10 years for anybody with a chronic illness to get a proper diagnosis.
Yeah.
Excuse me, a lot of the symptoms they dismiss, "Oh, because 'cause you're a woman," and I really don't like to use that as an excuse, but that's what they push on us. "Oh, it's your hormones because you're a woman. You don't deal with things as well as men do. Oh, blah, 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 blah." No, that's not the case, but I've gone off the track where we were, but as far as other modalities are concerned, there might even be something in your area. If you Google Tai Chi is beautiful for movement to help move energy. Um,
Have you
you
done
just check.
Qigong before?
No, it's very similar though, isn't it, to Tai Chi?
It is. Yeah, it is very similar. I forget the guy's name. It's Lee something, but he has a
Yeah,
2 week
he's online.
program for free. He's
Yeah, I saw.
online. And if you spend 5 minutes a day, even if you, because I know a lot of people are really with meditation, they get really awkward and uncomfortable if they don't really understand it. But the
Mhm,
qigong, like you said, it's like the tai chi, and it just moves that energy along, and it really helps. Like I know I did one yesterday to unblock the lung meridians, which is like right here, and in a minute I could feel my breathing was better. But it's like you're like Tarzan banging on your
yeah,
chest, but
it works.
it, yeah, it's like it gets that, like the tapping, it gets that energy moving. It, you know, unstuck. Is that a word? Unstuck. Yeah.
Yes,
I don't know.
yes. Well, I like that, and the other thing that I do like about the tapping is you've got an emotional component as well,
Yeah.
because as we know, and most doctors will not agree, but I can agree to disagree with them, that most illnesses are derived from an emotional component that has been buried deep down in your body somewhere that you have
70
ignored,
million.
and now it has manifested itself into an illness.
Right.
Tapping is very good for that because as you're tapping the meridian points and moving energy around, you're also speaking from a script that is helping your mind neutralize whatever it is that's triggering you. So if you're
Right.
neutralizing it in your mind, so mentally you're okay with it, and then physically you're okay with it, then you can move on and go on to something else because chances are something else is going to come up while you're doing that. But it's
Right.
a matter of just like checking things off the list onto the next, onto the next.
The other thing that I like to do, and I painted, I showed you this morning, I painted this for you, that kiss my ass.
That's adorable.
I love painting rocks. I love writing. So those are other coping skills that I use. I feel like it's crazy because what I've noticed lately is when I get so absorbed in my writing, um, everything like disappears. I feel like I enter this realm of just magic and no more pain and no more blood pressure, no more pulse issues. Like everything's right, but I feel people really need to turn their pain into some kind of creative endeavor.
Mhm.
Coloring,
Yeah,
painting rocks, writing. It's just something easy, whatever resonates with you, because I think people are following the mainstream. Do different. Go down your own path and find what works for
mhm.
you. And it's a game changer when dealing with chronic illnesses, right?
Yeah,
Completely game
definitely.
changer.
Even if you have the energy and you're able to go out to public without having an issue, which we do have those days on occasion. I mean, go tutor some kids or go do something that
Mhm.
lights you up, that gives back to the
Yeah.
community, that makes you feel good about yourself.
Yeah. My rocks, I actually, I'm housebound again for the next 2 weeks because I'm in a mast cell crisis. So I can't be around other people right now. But I got so excited yesterday when I went to see my allergist. I was able to deliver a couple rocks and it just, it made me happy. It definitely lights my soul on fire. But I would love to know, you know, email us. What are you guys doing? What are some creative ways you're dealing with the drama laws, with your chronic illness? um, we really want to start building this community, a lot more engagement, because this is really debilitating and we need each other and we need community. We
We
need
need
we need each
laughter.
other right now.
We need laughter and sharing creative ideas. I mean,
Yeah,
sometimes people think outside the box and they
you
have
have to.
wonderful suggestions.
And
I
we're
mean, for
two of
me, mine is
70
always
million.
yes.
A lot.
I mean, it's and you have to feel up to it, but when you do, it's very beneficial. I mean, you know me, I make jewelry, I make all kinds of fun stuff, but I have to feel up to it because if I have brain fog and I have a day where I'm just not feeling it, it comes out of my work because I can't make anything and I'll get all frustrated. But if you have a
Yeah,
good day and everything's flowing, I mean, then the sky's the limit and I'll have
magic.
a table filled by the end of the day. But
That's magical.
and it
Well, this
takes your
was a
mind
good
off.
episode.
Yeah.
This was good.
Yes.
All right. So I guess see you next time.
Yes, see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, please, and please share with anyone that you think may find our information beneficial. Again, our focus is dysautonomia, but also invisible chronic illness. We're happy to talk about
Yeah.
that as well. So email us at dysdivas@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And we hope to see you potentially on a future podcast or, send in a question, whatever your method is that you prefer. We would love to talk to you.
Amen. Bye, guys.
Bye.